Hi, Mr. and Mrs. Fooley.
Hello, how's everything going with Hope?
As far as I can see, everything is right on track. Here's some information on support groups for families with children with cochlear implants. Hope's implants were activated yesterday, right?
Yes, we were with the audiologist yesterday.
Okay, so starting now, my recommendation is to have Hope start speech therapy as soon as possible.
What? I thought everything was going to be back to normal as soon as she got these implants. What was the point of it all if it wasn't going to help her immediately? Why does she have to do all this?
Well, Mr. Fooley, there's actually a lot of reasons why Hope should start speech therapy. For one, she's been immersed in the deaf community, so she hasn't really been speaking much. Is that accurate?
That's correct.
Hope has missed 2 years of formative language, so she's currently behind in her verbal skills. Speech therapy will help her keep up with her peers when she goes back into school.
I'm not just going to sit here and have you tell me what my daughter needs, but not tell me what you're going to do about it.
I understand your concerns, and I'll explain to the best of my ability. So there are 2 routes that I recommend. The first is auditory verbal therapy, also known as AVT. This is a more family-centered approach, and it will involve you and Mr. Fooley to come to therapy sessions with Hope.
I don't know if we're going to be able to do that with their schedules.
That's okay. Right now I'm just explaining the options. You don't have to pick one just yet. So AVT is a family-centered approach that's generally for deaf children or children who have recently been fitted with hearing aids or cochlear implants. You guys would be involved in therapy alongside Hope. AVT focuses more on listening skills rather than visual cues for support. We would be honing in on Hope's communication skills based on what she hears and not what she sees.
Well, why would we need to be there for this? What would we be learning?
So, since this approach is family-centered, you guys would be taught everyday skills to include in Hope's life, like playtime or bath time to encourage and help develop Hope's listening skills.
And this will help our little girl speak to us again?
Yes, considering Hope's condition, she has a really good chance of speaking like any other typical hearing child her age. Do we want to continue ASL, or would we like to phase it out?
Let's ask Hope.
Okay, that sounds good. So the other approach is just speech therapy. This isn't as family-oriented as AVT, so it'll only be centered around Hope. We would have one-on-one sessions that will initially focus on sounds, then words, and then phrases. I think it would be best to have Hope come in twice a week for 45-minute sessions.
Are you sure she can pay attention for that long? I mean, she's only 6 years old.
So the therapy method that I'll be using is play-based, as in it'll seem like a game to Hope, but it'll be structured around the goals that I will have set for her. Here's a list of some things that Hope may have issues with because of her profound hearing loss. So Hope will be more prone to producing voicing errors, which includes things like replacing pig for big, and she may delete the first syllable in some words. Children with cochlear implants tend to have shorter sentences and phrases as well. Just in the beginning, though, she should have no trouble catching up. It's important to remember that Hope is still deaf. The cochlear implants are doing the hearing for her, so she will likely have trouble in noisy environments such as restaurants or even in the classroom. This may affect her as she is transitioning into a hearing school this year.
Well, these therapies you're suggesting better help her.
It's okay. We'll try out the speech therapy, and if it doesn't work, we can switch to AVT.
Okay. So one thing I've been really worried about lately is Hope going back to school with hearing children. Will she be able to communicate with her classmates? I don't want her to feel out of place because of her implants.
Yeah, so I'm gonna be doing a lot of things with her to help her communicate with her peers. I'm gonna work with Hope to make sure that she has the skills necessary to let her peers know what she needs or wants. I'm gonna teach her how to read visual cues such as facial expressions or body movement, just so she can keep up with the conversations in case she can't hear as well. I'll also teach her what she needs to do while in school, like sitting in front of the classroom, making sure that she isn't afraid to ask for clarification, or just letting the teacher know what she needs in general. We'll be doing all these things until Hope adjusts to her cochlear implants. I will be communicating with both you and the teacher to make sure that I know how Hope is doing in school, and I will step in when necessary.
Is this normal? She's been getting really tired when she's wearing the cochlear implants.
Yes, it's perfectly normal. There's going to be some fatigue while Hope gets used to hearing sounds again and associating meaning to them. I recommend that Hope wears her cochlear implants for most of the day. The longer she wears them, the quicker she will adjust.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, it was really great meeting with y'all, and I'll see you soon. Hope Fooley.